Hi students, today we are going to learn about megasporogenesis. An ovule generally has a single embryo sac formed from a megaspore. And we learned already formation of microspore is known as microsporogenesis, right? So here it is the formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cell MMC is termed as megasporogenesis. So till the formation of the ovule we learned in the last class. So ovule differentiate to form one megaspore mother cell, one megaspore mother cell, and megaspore mother cell or MMC undergoes meiosis and form megaspore dyad. Here you can see 1, 2, that is why dyad. And again it will undergo meiosis and form megaspore tetrad, that is 4 haploid megaspores. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 haploid megaspores are formed. And out of these 4, one will be functional or one will form female gamete, remaining 3 will degenerate. So that transformation we need to study. Okay, so next we will discuss about the formation of embryo sac. Formation of embryo sac or the female gametophyte. And as we discussed, in majority of flowering plants, one megaspore is functional while the other 3 degenerate. That is, out of this 4, 1 will be functional and the 3 will degenerate. So the functional megaspore develops into female gamete. Female gamete. So the embryo sac formation from a single megaspore is called monosporic development. That is, formation of embryo sac from a single megaspore is called monosporic development. Mono means one, sporic means megaspore. Okay, so upper megaspores will degenerate and the basal megaspore will be functional and develop into embryo sac. Okay, now we need to know the steps in the monosporic development. Steps in the monosporic development. So the nucleus of the functional megaspore undergo mitotic division. Nucleus of the functional megaspore undergo mitotic division and form 2 nucleate embryo sac. 1, 2. 2 nucleate embryo sacs are formed. Yes, and this nuclei again undergo mitotic division and 4 nucleate embryo sac is formed. And this nuclei again undergo mitotic division and they will form 8 nucleate embryo sac. That is, nucleus of functional megaspore mitotically divide and they will form 2 nucleate embryo sac, and that will again divide and they will form 4. This again divide and again they will form 8 nucleate embryo sac, and after this they will form a cell wall. Once the cell wall is formed, further they will not multiply. Okay, so hence now we can say that 8 nucleate embryo sac is formed. So this whole process is called what? The monosporic development. That is, 8 nucleate embryo sac is formed from 1 megaspore. I hope it is clear. Okay, we need to know the arrangement of this. What is that? Arrangement of this embryo sac. How it is been arranged, we need to know in detail. Okay. Here you can see how the embryo sac, the internal structure of embryo sac. So we already learned that is 8 nucleate embryo sac is formed, right? So 2 ends we already discussed in the last class, that is the ovule will have the 2 end, the upper portion the micropylar end or the opposite of that will be cella cell end. Anyway, if you are discussing here, this is micropylar end upside down. You can see here micropylar end, here the cella cell. Here in this diagram, it is shown here the micropylar end. So here it will be the cella cell end. So the embryo sac, it is arranged or organized well, and it consists of egg apparatus. Egg apparatus, one here, in this case here, and central cell and antipodals. So three cells are there. This one is arranged well. That is, one is egg apparatus, central cell and antipodals. This first we will discuss about egg apparatus. So egg apparatus includes, that is this region, egg apparatus in the micropylar end. So this egg apparatus includes two synergids, okay, and one egg, two synergids and one egg. These two synergids, they will degenerate and they will not play much role in the fertilization, and the egg is very important. This egg plays very important role in the fertilization. Okay, and here you can see a thickening near the micropylar end, this region. So this actually, it is the thickening near the micropylar end where the pollen tube should enter inside, right? The pollen grains will be entering via the pollen tube. So here the thickening near the micropylar end where the pollen tube enter into the synergids. Okay, so this thickening region is known as filiform apparatus. It is known as filiform apparatus. Okay, next we will discuss about the opposite side, that is the cella cell, and you can see the antipodals. So three cells at the basal end of the ovule. It is the basal end. Okay, cella cell. And out of they also will not play much role in the fertilization, and it is located at the cella cell end. Okay, and here you can see the third cell, that is the central cell, where two polar nuclei you can see, two polar nuclei are present. Okay, and they participate, that is the female gametes, and they may participate in the fertilization. So the three cells are, and here you can see the egg apparatus, which includes three cells, and the cella cell and the antipodals includes three cells. So 3 plus 3, 6, and in the central cell you can see two cells, polar nuclei are present. So 3 plus 3 plus 2, altogether 8. Okay, and if two male gametes in this two synergids will degenerate, so only the egg will be there, and this also will not participate, and they will also degenerate. They will not participate in the fertilization. So only this egg cell and this central cell 1, 2, 3 will be participating or actively in the fertilization. So if two male gamete is entering through the pollen tube, into the through the pollen tube, one will fuse with this egg. Okay, and one will fuse with the central cell, that is this one, central cell. Okay, so as the fusion takes place here, that is if two male gamete is coming, one will fuse with the egg and one will fuse with the central cell. So two fertilization is taking place, right? One here in the egg and one here in the central cell. So hence that fertilization is known as double fertilization. So if two male gametes is entering through the pollen tube, one will fuse with the egg cell and one will fuse with the central cell. Okay, so that is why it is known as double fertilization. So altogether what we can call that is remaining. No, one more thing is there, remaining. Only one 2, 3. Only 3 is participant. Remaining 5, that is 3 here plus 2 synergic, they will degenerate. Okay. So the mature embryo sac is 7-celled and 8 nucleate. So how it is like that? 7-celled and 8 nucleate. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 nucleate. But here this cell, no, when we are considering about the cell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this central cell, they will fuse and they will form one cell. They will fuse and they will form one cell. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 1, 7. So a mature embryo sac, we can, yes, here you can see a mature embryo sac is 8 nucleate and 7 celled. I hope it is clear how it is 8 nucleate and 7 celled. If here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 nucleate is there. Okay. So how 7 celled? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will fuse together to form one cell. So plus 6 plus 1, 7. So a typical mature embryo sac is 8 nucleate and 7 celled. Okay, this is the explanation of what I have already given you, that is egg apparatus, this region which includes 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. 2 synergids and 1 egg cell, and synergid have a cellular thickening at this region, which is known as filiform apparatus, and the chelacal region, it is the 3 cells are there and it is known antipodals. Okay, I hope this topic is clear to you. The central cell has 2 polar nuclei, 1, 2, that already discussed.